Started off dreaming, now we blow bags for the fuck of it. Toast every time we scratch something off our bucket list. My nigga, I've been praying more, staying away from sucker shit. It's crazy how you run across a show and fall in love with it. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, we gon' be here by the hour talking true events. Another week, another topic. To everyone that's here, thanks for watching. Yeah, Patty's about to keep it real. Stars gon' drop some knowledge. Trending topics and relationship advice. You right, they read them. Email us in the DM if you think your nigga cheating or your chick. Folks don't know what loyal is. Niggas scared to tell the truth. You tie the cap, then look no further than these two. Got opinionated views, but still we gotta state the facts. I done heard a lot of other niggas shows and I'ma pass. And every time they're here, they give you everything they have. Shit, what more can you ask? These two the perfect match, run it back. Hey, mark it in your calendars, don't miss this broadcast. Tonight we live, don't be in the comments, fuck it up, no vibes. And when other shows copy us, let's all laugh. They say it's flattery, but nah, fuck your podcast.
I stay rapping the whole thing, and then at the end, I just damn, fuck your podcast.
Right. Get our podcast music popping. Marcus, we need another beat. Marcus X made that beat. We definitely need another beat from him. But thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Fuck Your Podcast. I am Star.
And it's your girl, Patty Mayo.
And we got some good topics for y'all tonight. And hold on, let me turn this down. Hey, nice and early. Yes, we started on time. Right. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Shout out to everybody in the chat. P Star came with the smoke. Just to let y'all know, so yesterday, shout out to What's Up With The Podcast. They did a special Niggas With Do-Rags, and me and the ladies was going in on they ass in the chat. So he's trying to bring the smoke to us tonight, but I got my people in the chat holding us down, so we good. What up, cuz? So we're gonna take a shot, and we're toasting pre-birthday celebration for Patty. I'm sharing. Toast it up, baby.
Okay. And we still gonna be celebrating next week too.
Facts.
Period.
Oh shit! Wait.
You all right?
Yo, how was your weekend?
My weekend was so good. Can't tell you what I did, but I know it was great.
Okay. Let me see. How was my weekend? My weekend was straight. I didn't do too much. I'm always in the house. So
did you get out this weekend?
No, I didn't get out. Officially, we have to start going back into the office. I'm a little nervous, and we have to start going back into the office. So it's my turn to go into the office tomorrow, and I'm super freaked out. But I gotta go. I gotta make money.
So how are they doing it? Like every couple of people go on certain days,
right? So they're minimizing the amount of people that go in. So yeah, I mean,
that's
I'm gonna
pretty good.
I have my own space. You know what I'm saying? So I can be good.
Yeah, but, I think you'll be fine. I think you need it.
Yeah. I need to get house. But I've still been working out, and still out here, I'm saying, trying to remain humble. Do my thing.
Looking good.
Thank you. Shout out to Dedicated to the Grind. So they sent me this shirt. I do appreciate it. Look at me out here flossing. Okay. Everybody's saying happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you in the chat.
Hey guys, my birthday is June 20th. So thank you.
But we celebrating all I forgot your birthday was a few days before Jaja's birthday.
Okay. He's a Gemini too?
Yeah. His is on the 24th.
Oh, yeah. So he's a Cancer, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so let's jump into the topic so you can get to the relationship topics and shit like that. So hey everybody in the chat, hey Ash, Sade, P, Sophia, everybody, anybody I missed, sorry.
Sorry if I keep looking this way, guys. It's because I'm trying to read the comments and read everything. Everything's over here, and you guys over here. So sorry.
So let's get into it. So the hot topic this week is defunding the police. Now, a lot of people didn't understand the meaning of defunding the police, and a lot of people was just going in like, "Oh, this is so stupid. How are you gonna defund the police? Blah 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 blah." With the continued abuse of power, blatant disrespect for Black lives, and a refusal to hold officers accountable by law has sent the country into a rage. This anger has sparked a disbelief that the only way to entirely eradicate the police brutality is by defunding them altogether. So when you mention defunding the police, it's not basically saying like you're taking away the police department. You get what I'm saying? So the concept of defunding the police isn't new. However, it's gaining a lot of popularity in the recent, events that's happened. So what does it mean? People are calling to eradicate the use of police force, not necessarily by defunding the police. Cities will be allowed to reallocate portions of their budgeted funds back into the community in order to expand social services and to support the citizens. However, there are some supporters who call to dismantle the police force as a whole. I don't know how people feel about that. As far as like dismantling the police, how do you guys feel about that in the chat? Now, defunding the police, yes, because I actually seen the budget. I've seen the budget for Massachusetts. Now, a rep for, I think he was on the force, or I don't know if he was like representation, but he came out basically saying that, oh, there's no way we can do it. It's not possible because we have funds going here, funds going there. But it is possible. It is possible to defund the police because what we fail to realize is that these cops are getting paid for fucking detail work, right? So if you're getting paid for working detailed, you need to be on salary at some point, right?
Yeah.
So
there has been some. There has been some police forces, like I know New Jersey, they dismantled their entire, policing, and they rebuilt it, and I guess it's doing great. I don't know. I just feel like if you're gonna you do need some type of policing, but at the end of the day, policing wasn't made for us anyways. It was made for us, but it wasn't made to protect us.
Right. It was made to
policing came along and like the Jim Crow, with all like the Jim Crow laws and all that stuff. And so it was made to keep slaves in their place. So I feel like they need completely new training. If you're gonna fund them, fund them for new training, fund them for new classes on learning, mental health and, how certain people deal with homelessness and domestic violence and things like that, because they are half the time, 75, probably even more than that, the first people on the scene when you call 911 for any reason. And there's so many different reasons why people call 911. Half the time, police don't even need to be there, because half the time what happens is, somebody's getting arrested for no reason, or somebody's getting killed, or, it's just so many things that can happen by just allowing the police to do too much in an instance that they don't even need to be in.
Right. So my comment that I want to make, like with defunding the police, so Keisha said, like, how is that going to work as far as like racism? But with defunding the police is basically reinvesting those dollars in the Black community. Like, okay, so take for instance, Boston's, for instance, like they've closing down schools. They've basically made budget cuts on after school programs. They've made budget cuts on different type of summer programs. So with making those cutbacks, they're increasing the budget. Right. They're increasing the budget for the police force. And it's like, these kids are out here with nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing in place to build up the Black communities or the areas that that really needs it. So
Boston education sucks.
Yes, Boston education really sucks. So instead of doing budget cuts in education, do budget cuts in police and police reform. I don't know how the reform is going to work, but it's okay to dismantle and rebuild the police force if the city is horrible. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's all about reinvesting into the community. So with these kids out of school and nothing to do, and there's nothing in place for them, what's going to happen? Especially if they're in a high crime rate area. You get what I'm saying?
Right. I feel like Boston, especially Boston, they're so focused on building all these apartment buildings and all of these housings that we can't even get into.
Exactly.
So, like, come on, we could be using that towards building other things other than apartments. Do we really need more apartments in Boston? We're already so crowded, just trying to make us another New York City. Like, at this point, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like we're already so crowded. I feel like that could have been used towards building, schools, building after school programs, like you said, building, mental health facilities, because we really don't have we only have like Shattuck and like other small facilities. We don't have a lot of like mental health facilities for people to go to instead of just sending them to prison because they acted up or they, killed somebody or whatever the case is. Like, there's so many things that we could be doing with this money, and we're going to give it all to Boston police.
Right. And then, so just to go into the comments, so Brett said the communities are gentrified. They are.
Absolutely.
And that's another valid point. Like, okay, what they're gentrifying these neighborhoods and, for people that are low income, you know what I'm saying? They're forced to move out and move somewhere else. And these are neighborhoods that they grew up in. It's fucked up. It's fucked up that I gotta leave the neighborhood that I grew up in, and I paid my rent on time, and there's no rent cap in Mass, and these people are losing their homes because you have
people
these builders coming in. You have builders coming in from fucking other countries. You know what I'm saying? Building, taking over, buying, and they're getting these people out of here. So why the fuck is the rent now $3,500? You know what I'm saying?
That's so crazy.
Down. It started in Roxbury, then it's in Dorchester. It's trickling down to fucking Mattapan and Hyde Park. It's ridiculous, and it's
just
not
pushing
fair.
us further and further out. And that's why I like you said, it's very important. If we're gonna defund the police, they have the biggest budget compared to everything else. There's no way that they can't lose a couple thousand at least, a couple million. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to help out the community, because when you're giving money to the police department and you're forgetting about the people in the actual community, then guess what? That leaves room for homelessness. That leaves room for domestic violence or violence, period, because a lot of people don't have jobs, they don't have places to go, or don't have any type of income because there's lack of jobs, there's lack of homes, there's there's just so much. There's drug abuse. Like,
drug abuse, sorry to cut you up. Look at fucking Roxbury. The opioids crisis and the crack and all of that shit.
It's
like
crazy.
It's ridiculous.
When I passed by there, I didn't know if it was protesters or a parade. Like, I didn't know what it was, and it wasn't even that. It was all homeless people, crackheads.
I didn't know if it was a protest. What?
Or a parade, I swear to you.
Oh,
Every time I pass down around Boston Medical Center, Mass Ave area, Melnia Cass Boulevard, it's just
wait, what's the name of the boulevard?
What is it called? Melnia Cass?
Melina Cass.
It's just a lot of fuck shit going on around there.
I cannot.
Like, for real.
Simone said, like, what the fuck, can't afford any of that shit. Then you have a good hard-working job, you can't get assistance for anything because you make too much money. Now that's an issue as well. It's like, people be thinking that white people swear that fucking black people are on fucking Section 8 and food stamps. No, when we're out here working, we don't get assistance because we work and we make too much money to get assistance. So, you have to, I think that's like a real issue right there. Sade said, and there's a law Congresswoman Ayanna is trying to pass to make police take accountability for killings. So we're actually going to get into that as well. I believe Boston needs to defund the police and pass the law to protect us so we get justice. Yes, and that is a valid point. So we're going to talk about that. 10% It's about $41 million of their budget. So that's fair to me. I get that. Yes. So cutting it by 10%. But again, like, you know, when they're doing construction and all of that shit, a lot of police officers sign up for that shit because it's overtime. So that the detail that you see these cops out here working and shit, that's overtime for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're over here making $100,000 a year. They're not out here fucking solving no goddamn crimes. Like, come on. Hell no.
And that's the thing. It's like half of the shit that they're doing involves no policing at fucking all.
Mm-hmm.
Literally just them sitting, watching construction workers do their job,
Right.
you know, sitting around making sure that people aren't looting, you know, sitting around making sure that people aren't trespassing, or, you know, no crimes are happening in these high crime environments. Like, no, there's a reason why these are high crime environments. It's because we don't have any fucking money.
All right. Right. So I feel like defunding the police would definitely put more money back into the community, the Black community, the areas that it needs the most. The high crime rates, that's where you put things in place.
The areas that built that
fucking crime. City. Exactly. Like, come on, that shit's crazy as hell. So also, Breonna Taylor. So in Louisville, they just passed the law, the Breonna Taylor law. So right now it's illegal to do no knock warrants. And you have to have your body cam on when you're doing a warrant. You have to have your body cam on 5 minutes prior to entering or serving the search warrant. So I think that that's a good thing that they put in place. But, you know, with so much going on right now, like they're always able to squeeze out of, you know,
right. I was gonna mention that. Right. Exactly. So I was gonna mention, so with the qualified immunity, right? So this is what police get. It's basically kind of like their get out of jail free card. Sorry, I'm drunk. Okay. It's kind of like the get out of jail free card, because there's so much when you're looking in, like, that's why it takes so long to become like a lawyer or anybody in the law enforcement, because there's just so much to one law. There's so much to one law. There's so much to one rule. There's so much to this type of situation that they can always find a way around it to make it so that they're not responsible for what happened, or they can blame it on the police department or their training, things like that, so that all of a sudden they don't have to lose their job, or they don't have to lose, they don't have to go to court. They don't have to be in jail, that type of thing. I'm tired of that.
Right. So you know, Black cops be doing those details too. Yeah, they be doing them details too, and be getting free money. Like, my thing is this: that's all tax dollars at work, and I work fucking hard for my money. My money don't come fucking easy. All right. I've been stressed out for months in this motherfucking house working for my money. So Brett said it's not a police issue, it's a legal issue that needs to be reformed. Yes, it's a legal issue that needs to be reformed, but it's also these, the sergeants or whatever they are, they're allowing these officers to also do this as well. So I would say it's both. It's on both ends of the spectrum. But just speaking of like having police take accountability for things, so qualified immunity is something that people need to be aware of, because this is something that needs to change too. This goes hand in hand with everything that we're trying to fight for as well. So I just feel like with the so basically it's a legal doc in the United States federal law, which shields government officials from being personally liable for actions performed within their official capability unless their action violates clearly established federal law. So basically what that means is the law protects them from certain cases, which we've seen across the board. I mean, how many cops have really been held accountable?
And that's with the body cam. That's other people taking videotaping what's going on.
Right. So basically, qualified immunity freezes the constitutional law, as mentioned previously. In order to overcome the defense of qualified immunity, a victim must show that a law enforcement violated clearly established establish law by pointing to a case arising in the same context and involving the same conduct. So how many times do we fight for officers to get charged for something, and then they go
all the time,
and then they're not convicted? So I mean, to me, it doesn't seem like it's going to work, but it's something that needs to be addressed because we need to get rid of it.
Exactly, especially with the Breonna Taylor case. It's like there was no type of body cams, there was no type of videos or anything like that. But even without all of that, even with just listening to the police recordings, even with just knowing the facts of what happened, knowing damn well that everything in that case was wrong,
facts,
they still haven't charged these police officers.
But my thing is like a lot of celebrities, like women, are speaking out. Like my thing is this, to the black men in the comments, to the black men everywhere, like, yo, you need to protect these queens, your queens, at all costs, because the same way that we're out here fighting for our black men to not get slaughtered, that's the same thing that y'all need to do for Breonna Taylor, because she was murdered in her own home. So as much as energy that we're putting in to George Floyd and all the other men that lost their life, we need to put that same energy into her, because her boyfriend was protecting her. And he got charged for, they dropped the charges, but he got charged for protecting his queen. And that's what you guys need to do. How y'all always are, oh, she's a queen. Yes, protect your queen.
You want her to be the ride or die, but when are you going to ride for her?
Exactly.
Like, that's a real ride or die situation. He went to jail for her, knowing damn well he didn't do anything wrong. Right. And even, not even that, even the Sandra Bland case with the police officers not taking accountability for that. We have it on camera. This young woman doing absolutely nothing wrong. Okay, nothing wrong. All of a sudden, she hung herself in her cell. But where was the surveillance cameras then? Where was the cameras then? And it's just like police will find not just police, anybody in politics, anybody in the judicial system, they'll find any way to get out of a situation by what? By bringing in another alternative law that would disagree with that law and would allow them to be protected. Right. How? Nothing in the judicial law protects us. Right. And that's what we're failing to realize, is that until we come together and we destroy whatever the fuck they have going on. So
you heard Ben and Jerry's, we have to dismantle on white supremacy. You heard exactly what he said.
Exactly. You have to destroy it. You have to break it down. You have to create it and build it over. Right. That's what happens. If a country is fucked up, if a country is fucked up, if a business is fucked up, and sometimes you have to do what? You have to file for bankruptcy and start the fuck over.
Oh my God. What you calling stupid in the comments. So yes, and Kendrick Johnson. So this happened in Georgia. And you know, the young man who this happened some years ago, and it never sat well with me. The guy who they found rolled up in a mat in the gym.
Student, yes. With
so
the dreads.
Exactly. How the fuck is they try to label it as what did they try to label it as?
Play.
No, they said that like suicide or some shit like that. If I'm not mistaken.
So he rolled himself up in
that's what I'm saying.
In a gym mat and
facts.
Like, I don't understand.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So Sade said they try to cover it up. Dope shirt Patty, Brett said.
Thank you.
Keisha said that the police code needs to be done away with. I agree with that. Ben & Jerry's on point for years. Wish more white-owned companies follow suit. Facts.
And a lot of them are stepping up to the plate now.
Connie D said organ harvesting. Yep, I agree with that. But yeah, because this organ was gone. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'll say hi to my sister. Say hi, big head.
But yeah, man. So, but speaking of, you know, just getting justice. So y'all know that the United States Marine Corps issued an order Friday to start taking down the Confederate flags. I can't even put these things in my mouth. the Confederate flags and the battlefield flags as well in the workplace and in the common areas. And they are in a fucking uproar, okay?
Good. Guess what? So the fuck are we?
Right.
And there's more of us now than there's more y'all.
Right.
Period.
Shout out to whoever in Boston took down that Columbus statue.
They took his head off.
I woke up in the morning and he was beheaded. I was like, Dad, y'all didn't even summons us to let us know what was going on.
Nobody said shit.
Right.
He's just like, look, Boston's Columbus, he's gone.
So a statue of the Confederate President Jefferson Davis was also toppled in Richmond, Virginia on Wednesday night.
Let's see. Thrown into the lake, right? That was one that was thrown into the lake.
I don't know if that one. Yeah. Well, Richmond also saw a statue of an Italian explorer Columbus pulled down, set aligned, and thrown into a lake earlier this week.
That's dedication right there. How the fuck you get a statue down and thrown into a lake?
Yes. A number of Confederate statues and monuments and Monument Avenue in Richmond have been marked in with graffiti during the protest as well. But, this is all sparking like, yo, get rid of all of that racist shit. Fuck it. Get rid of all that shit. All of that shit. Delete all of that shit. So, white people think that we're deleting white history, but it's not. Like, we're basically, if we're fighting for equal rights, that shit is not. So your history, you want to be reminded of that y'all had us as slaves. You know what I'm saying? Like, what type of shit is that?
Right.
That shit's crazy as hell.
And the fact that there's still people out here that wish that we were slaves, that's the fucking problem. It's those people. I've seen so many videos. I know that there's like this whole thing going around on Instagram and social media, the Karens of social media. And it's just so crazy when people capture these women or men or whoever they are, these white people who are just blatantly just so racist and just have all these hateful and evil things to say, and we just sit there and take it.
All right.
We just sit there and record.
Some people sit there and take it. Because that girl who slapped the hell out of that lady, she fucking deserved it. And then her husband wanted to come cry on TV, talking about she's dealing with mental issues. Fuck all of that shit.
I don't give a fuck what fuck her. Fuck that bitch. She knew what the fuck she was doing.
Right.
Because even mental patients know what the fuck they be doing.
Hello. So just to kind of go into
because bitch, I'm mental. I know what the fuck I be doing.
Yeah, I cannot deal. God damn it, I lost my train of thought. But damn it, what was I gonna talk about?
We was gonna talk about
damn you. Damn it. But anyway,
we're gonna talk about Byron F. Wilson.
Yeah, but I was gonna talk. We can talk about that now, but you can go ahead and go into that.
Yes. So I'm not sure if you guys know of him, but he created the Wilson Academy in Lithonia, Georgia in 2002. And basically his mission was to provide a solution to a major problem in the Black community, a lack of resources for students. And the school offers quality private education at an affordable price. So since its founding, the Academy has achieved a 100% graduation rate, and its graduates have earned millions of dollars in college scholarships. So that's just fucking amazing.
Yo, 100% graduation rate? Like, come on.
I've never heard of that.
That shit is crazy as hell. Yo, shout out to him. So if you guys, I'm gonna post a link below after the show, but this man, he basically came up with a solution. Okay, so now we're protesting. You know what I'm saying? We're out here, we're protesting, we're rioting, we're doing whatever because we need our voice to be heard. But what next? And he broke down the solution that basically what everybody has been talking about, but not really what people have been doing, meaning putting our money into Black businesses, generating our Black wealth, investing into our Black wealth and having Black wealth for our family and our children and things like that. And that's the thing that I think that we need to focus on. And he basically said that, it's not punishing everybody else. We're just trying to build generation wealth for ourselves. Every other race have built generational, I'm talking too fast. well for their families. So why can't we do it for ours? Why when we do something, we're being racist, or why would y'all do that? Like, because it's time for us to evolve. I'm tired of us sitting back and not getting ahead like we should. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I said it earlier, education sucks, especially in public school system. It does. Like,
it does
for a child to succeed in the public school system, it's because their parents or, you know, somebody is backing them and pushing them, or they have that mentality to push themselves. Because you literally have to be self-motivated in that type of environment. Mm-hmm. So for him to create an environment where it's a private school system and he's teaching these kids the right, it's affordable, and he's teaching these kids the right things so that they can go on to create and teach and do the same thing over and over. That's the point of education. The point of education is to spread knowledge so that, you know, guess what? I'm learning, but I'm going to go and teach this person. I'm going to teach this person, this person. Right. That's what that is about. And it sucks because when we're in cities like Boston and things like that, you have to go outskirts. I went to so many outskirt schools just to get a good education.
Yeah, because you can't get that. And then like before we move on to the next topic, like I was talking
to fight for that shit. I went to the Burke. I had to fight for an education because when I tell you them kids was not giving a fuck, the teachers had given up. They're not getting paid enough. I had to fight for my education. I had to fight to graduate.
Right. So Simone said it starts at home. So my thing is you do have to make sure your kids are knowledgeable. You do have to make sure that you're into your kids as far as like what they have going on at school, what they have going on after school. But like you have to make sure that your kids are fully educated. Now, as far as like the school systems, like me and my mom was talking, it's like, yo, when I went to school in Atlanta, they had different programs. They had shop, they had home economics, they had different things because you know what? Everybody don't want to go to college. So you can find different
trade in your school.
Exactly. So different trades, there's nothing wrong with having different trades. College isn't for everybody. So people
shout out to the Madison High School because they were the only high school in Boston that I know of that actually taught their students trade work.
Wait, hold on. Keisha said
the ghetto
because the black dollar is significant in their business. We consume more than we invest, and that's a true statement right there. So I did see the live that Keisha and my cousin Renisha did. Shout out to Renisha Gyms, I think that's what it's called. She has a blog, and you know she just basically kind of keep the younger generation updated on just basically building generational wealth. Just very informative information that everybody should definitely check out. I got to get her link to her blog. But we do follow her. So I'm gonna repost her page. But you know, we do have to start investing in ourselves. So you have to think about the black dollar and how long. Remember we talked about it when we was watching Killer Mike's special and how long the black dollar lasts in the black community. And it doesn't last long. It's a few hours. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, the more that we invest, and now is a time for any black business that you're just now coming up. Now is a time to get your shit popping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's time to get your business going because everybody, you know, there's certain things that we're not able to buy. You know, groceries, there's not a lot of black grocery stores, but, you know, start investing into people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, whatever you can.
Right. We go to Macy's, we buy all of these shirts and we do this, we do that. But you can do that from a neighbor. Like shout out to Darrell's, they have a shop over there in Dorchester that was unfortunately hit by looters. But I feel like that they wasn't even a part of the downtown area. So it was fucked up that somebody even attempted to go into their store and take their shit. That's super, super fucked up. But yeah, they went into their store and took their stuff. But you know, support black there. That's a black owned, you know what I'm saying? Is a few of the guys, you know, from around away from the hood. Y'all know them. You know what I'm saying? So their store should have never been touched. But at the same time, you know, invest your dollars into them. These are young men who's starting a business and they're in the community. You know what I'm saying? They're right. So
and the crazy thing is, it's like These are people who built their own shit. There's people, because I know how the Black community is. Sometimes if you're like, oh, they're looking for handouts, they want somebody to support them. Yeah, support them by buying their shit. They didn't ask for a handout when they built their store. They didn't ask for a handout when they got their merchandise.
Right.
They're not asking for a handout. They're asking for you to support them. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, but it was fucked up that their shop had got broken into. But if you want to support them, they are doing they're doing a special on their shirts. I'm not sure if they're sold out, but it's like a pre-order. You know what I'm saying? You guys can order their shirts online, and it's the shirt is dope. I actually ordered me one. It's a dope shirt. I did repost it on our podcast page, but I'll repost it again. But like, again, it's all about supporting our own, recycling our Black dollars. Like, we go out and we spend money on fucking all this designer shit, but it's like, for what? Like, y'all seen what Gucci did. Y'all seen what fucking, was it Prada? Y'all see what these designers do, and they do it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's time for us to start looking out for us, building.
Shit, look at, what's her name? I can't even remember her name. Donna Summers. What's her name? So I guess she's like
I don't know, baby.
So there's this white lady. I can't remember her name now. I'm sorry. Donna Winter, Donna Summers, not Donna Summers.
It's not Donna Summers.
It's not Donna Summers.
So done with Patty.
But it's somebody Winter. Okay, her last name Winter, not a Summer. But she does all this clothing designing, and you know, she works with BET and the Met galas and all that shit. But all of a sudden, she came out with some racist shit that happened that all these Black celebrities are stunned because she's coming out with all this racist, you know, feelings. But at the end of the day, there are going to be some white people who work with Black people and do things that, you know, that support us. But at the end of the day, they're going to have their feelings. Not all white people support us.
Right. No, that's true. But my thing is,
I can't remember her name. Sorry,
like this, like the time that we're living in now, everybody is showing their true colors. Like, what's her name? Somebody put me into, I forgot who put me into the racist group. It's
are you on Facebook? Sorry.
Yeah, it's a group on Facebook. Yo, I
don't have Facebook. I need to create a new one, maybe.
I go on and I read the shit that's going on Facebook because Facebook do be having a lot of information. It be a lot of motherfuckers on there whining and shit like that, which is fucking aggravating. But so for instance, like my cousin had posted an article. Shout out to Renisha. My cousin Renisha had posted an article or whatever, and it was about like Native Americans and how their struggle. And the article was just basically saying that, you know, they hope that, you know, with the Black Lives Matter, that they don't get lost, the minorities don't get lost in the shuffle. And, you know, I get that every race, Native Americans, they had their struggles and they're going through things. But we also have to remember, and, you know, nothing to the Native Americans, shout out to them. But
they Native American.
Okay. They receive their reparations. They're fighting for their land. They do get a lot of incentives. You know what I'm saying? Some are able to go to free colleges. You know, some don't have to pay taxes. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I get that, you know, there's a lot that goes on within that community that is not really made public. And, you know, they should fight to get their voice to be heard.
Yeah.
But at this
African Americans, we was brought here. We didn't deserve that shit. We deserve our reparations too.
Right. But what I'm saying is, at this time, it's time for us to start looking out for us. It's too many times that we've been on the front line fighting for minorities. And then when we're fighting for minorities, the Black people are always put in a back burner. You know what I'm saying? So as far as the Native Americans, I have that in my family as well. But when it was time for the reparations, Black people were a part of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like nothing against them and nothing against minorities, but it's time for Black people to fight for Black people. It's time for things to be set in place for Black people, not minorities. You get what I'm saying? Because when we fight for minorities, what do we get? We don't get shit. We don't get nothing. So when we say Black Lives Matter, it's because Black people are out here getting killed day after day after day after day. You get what I'm saying? When they put these laws in place, it's specifically for the hood. It's specifically for Black men. You get what I'm saying? So it's like nothing against other races, but it's time for Black people to fight for Black people. And then when we finish fighting for us, we can start fighting for other people. You get what I'm saying?
I just feel like we're hunted, and like in like a sick way. I feel like we're hunted. I feel like there's certain things set into place so that we can be trapped. I feel like there's certain things set into place so that we can feel as if we're less than. And y'all gotta stop letting them do that to us. We just have to really work together and just come up.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, we can't do nothing being poor and broke. And, you know, we have to all come together. We can't be fighting one another. I know it's hard, but we can. It's like I see so much of us fighting against each other that we're not able to come together. And we're one of the highest races that don't stick together.
I mean, yeah, that is true. It is true. But my thing is don't let them put this narrative in your mind that is Black on Black crime, because there's also white on white crime, but they don't label it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that stigma as far as Black on Black crime, don't let them put that narrative. My thing is always, at the end of the day, I'm always going to fight for my people first. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let me ask you a question. You've worked, I know where you work now, but like before, you've worked for like retail places and things like that, right? When you work for these retail places, did they ever give you like code names as far as like watching Black people or people of color?
No, they never given me that. But when I worked at a department store before, and you know, white people have come in and they've stole several times, and they were always allowed back into the store. And there was one lady who I think her husband was like a state rep or something like that, and she would come in, she would steal, and they would, you know, take the clothes from her, and they would still allow her back into the store and steal. They would never call the police on her. But exactly.
Let me tell you a story. I used to work at Burlington Mall. I used to work for the Aldos at that mall. This was the only time that I ever felt like I really had to be put into like, you know, where we're against Black people type of situation. Anytime a Black person would come into the store, anytime anybody of color, whether they be Spanish, Black, a little bit darker in skin tone, they'd be like on.
Okay, well, I don't know what happened to Patty. Maybe she'll tap back in. But anyway, she was telling us a story, but her internet interrupted. I don't know what happened to Patty's internet, but anyway, so as far as just being profiled, working in a department store, you do see a lot of people profile. You see the people from, what is it called? Oh, here she comes. Girl, what happened?
I don't know what happened. I was gone. I was like, what happened to me?
I was like, Patty was telling a story and then she left, but she'll be back.
So yeah, let me come back with it. So when I was working out in Burlington, I was working at the Aldos. Literally, anybody that came into the store that was a little bit darker than white, they'd be like, "Hey, go watch that customer."
But it'd be like that.
Yeah. Hey, can I call a code yellow? Like some weird shit like that. A code yellow over at the discount department. Like what? Like they ain't doing nothing but shopping. And I feel like when you're at work or like situations like that, you feel as if you have to comply with things like that. Man, listen, I would ignore the fuck out of those requests. And that's why I got fired. I don't care. I would just ignore it, because it's
and
like,
that's how I lost my job.
Yeah, because why am I following this person around this little ass store? I can literally watch them from the counter. Why am I following them around?
But all right, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the relationship topics, and I got some shit that somebody, a few people has sent me too. But go ahead, do your thing, Patty.
Okay, let's get into it. So, the first one, Dear FY podcast, I am between two men right now. I have a longtime male best friend who I have had feelings for, and we have both expressed deeper feelings for each other. Despite our feelings, we have decided to never officially cross that line to protect our friendship. However, he would make sexual advances or remarks that would show me that he does want to cross that line. But when I would react, he would say that he was just playing or it was out of love. The other guy is someone who I am very interested in. We are actually spiritually connected, and I see myself being with him, but I won't allow us to move from the friend stage because I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with me and my male best friend. What should I do?
I think that you should, I don't think that you should wait around for your best friend to come around because it seemed like he's playing games. You know what I'm saying? Right. My thing is, if he was really serious about, y'all being together, he wouldn't be playing games. So I feel like at this point, explore with the other guy. Like, y'all have a good ass connection. Why would you waste your time on a nigga who's playing games with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit's crazy as hell. It's not even worth it. It's not worth it at all.
I agree. I feel like somebody like, your best friend who wants to continue to play this cat and mouse game, and I feel like dudes do that because they know they have a girl in a certain space or a certain pocket. Like, I can put you in this pocket and we still gonna be good. No, cut that motherfucker off and enjoy this guy who's giving you all his attention and who's, connected to you in this way that you've never felt before. Whatever the case is, give him that attention, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to start a relationship with somebody who you're already fighting for their attention. You're fighting, trying to get that connection. No, you already have the connection with somebody else. Go that way.
Right. Now, I agree. Now, this is a question that I have for the people in the chat. I need to know, what would you guys do? Now, what would you do if you FaceTime your dude and there was a chick in the background? So this goes both ways. If you FaceTime your girl or you FaceTime your dude, there's a dude and a chick in the background, and they're at the house where you lay your head. And then proceeds to tell you that, oh, well, it's our relationship, or I'm trying to do me at this time. What would you do?
You don't want to know what I'll do, because I'll end up going to jail.
I do want to do. How would you go to jail though?
Like, what? Are you crazy? Like, no. First of all, this is on FaceTime. You're telling me this?
And he got her in your crib, and it's
like, first of all, I'm coming home. Okay, I'm coming home. Whoever's there's getting fucked up first. Whoever's in my way first, getting fucked up first. How dare you disrespect me and call me on some bullshit like that? She must not like her life because she's in the back sitting there looking like how she looking. Bitch, are you crazy?
Right.
Don't get killed. Like, really, that's really like, crazy. You can't ask me. I'm mental, remember? I can't.
But this is my thing. Like, with a nigga doing that shit, you doing that shit, you're playing a dangerous game.
Very dangerous.
You're playing a dangerous game with your life. You're playing a dangerous game with her life, and you're playing a dangerous game with my life.
All of that.
There's three things that's gonna happen.
My dog's at the house. Like,
somebody's gonna end up going to the hospital, and another person's gonna.
And it won't be me.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yo, like the level of disrespect that a nigga will do to have a bitch in your fucking crib, okay? And then have the nerve to answer you on FaceTime. Like what?
You should just ignore my call and said you was busy, you was asleep, something. Because
yo, the shit is fucking.
Now I gotta
crazy.
leave wherever I'm at, and now I'm really in danger. Because what if I'm far and I have to drive?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Now I'm fighting everybody that's in my way. You know. And then when I get there, Lord knows, it's, I'm going to jail.
Imagine you find out your nigga's cheating and you're at work. And you're at work, like, let's say, like, you're in the meeting and the whole...
Man,
like,
fuck this meeting, fuck work.
In fucking Attleboro somewhere, and you found out that somebody hit you up like, yeah, yo, I saw your nigga doing this, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, what? And you know what I'm saying? You just got off text with him a few minutes ago, and he's like, oh, shit's all gravy. And like, what are you doing? If you're at an important meeting, are you leaving that meeting?
I'm absolutely leaving
your foot
that
up
meeting.
His ass? You are?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. There's no way I can maintain myself, because if not, I'm like, this is gonna be just saying random shit during the meeting.
Right.
I'm gonna get fired anyway. So if I'm gonna get fired, it's because I left.
Yeah,
ain't no way.
That's the thing. Like, I'm leaving the fucking meeting. I'm leaving the meeting, and I'm gonna have
my job. Fuck you. I gotta go kick some ass. I'll be back. I mean, I do a good job while I'm here. Give me a second. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
just give me a minute.
Yo, I'm gonna have my own fucking meeting. A meeting with my goddamn foot to his ass, and
my heart's racing. My heart's racing now, because I'm just thinking of this situation. Like, who wanna die today?
Yo, just call me. You running down on that nigga. Fuck that shit. Ran down on a bitch twice. Yeah, but it's like, yo, you like situations like that. Like, it's just, man, I don't know. It's a crazy situation, but
it's so crazy. Because how do you hold your composure? I know some females can be super patient. Oh wow! Did you guys hear that?
What?
I did a whole remix real quick. My YouTube is acting up.
Now my shit is acting up.
This is crazy.
Yeah, my whole camera just fucking went out.
Oh wow! Yeah, I see. Now it just happened. YouTube doesn't love us.
Yeah, that shit's mad weird, yo. But anyway, could you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
All right, I'm gonna fix the audio. I'm gonna fix the camera. But anyway, so now it was Patty. First it was you, now it's me. But right. But anyway, so
we can hear you. Sorry, everybody can hear you. So that's good.
No, y'all didn't lose me. I'm just trying to get my camera shit together. But hold on a second.
Oh, here I am. Hello, I'm back.
Oh, okay, you back.
But anyway, shit. Oof. So anyway, let me get
all right, we back
on what we was talking about with something funky's going on. Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
So now I got Boost Mobile. First it was Patty, now it's me. But anyway, so mind you, I just got a new fucking modem early this morning. They came and delivered it. So whatever, but we're back. So anyway, what we was talking about with P-Star yesterday on their niggas with do-rags, we was talking about how chicks be taking bird baths, which I call it whole baths, right?
It's a whole bath.
It's a whole bath, right? So
I agree.
So P-Star was talking like, oh, you know how niggas, like, you know what I'm saying, how you go down and you eat the box and sometimes, you know what I'm saying, it's a little salty. What?
Okay. That's why you... So, yeah, so I agree. The bird bath is a whole bath.
It's a whole bath.
It's a whole bath because it's the bath right before, you know, you ain't at your house. You at somebody else's house and you doing the quick, I'm about to get some dick wash. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole bath. Okay.
So this is my thing. I don't believe in whole baths. I don't know. you know, if you females believe that shit, but I don't.
Like, if I'm coming over to your house, can I take a full shower before I give you this pussy?
Right.
Like, can I get myself together? I don't like being stinky and dirty. So my thing is this: let me get myself together, and if I can't get comfortable enough to get myself together in your crib, I don't need to be there.
Right. So, okay, this is my thing. So coming from the club, right? And you know, you was dancing all night with your girls, and you know what I'm saying, you're mad sweaty, and yeah, you're drunk, you know what I'm saying, you want to have sex with your dude, whatever, but are you not washing your ass first before?
Yeah, no, you gotta wash your. I don't care. I have to get myself together. My situation. Okay, she deserves the bath.
P-Star said the coochie lightly salted. Nah, nigga, you got that. And I was saying in the comments yesterday, like,
pussy.
That nigga got that tart ass, that tart. Your shit tart, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Like, my thing is this: like, you can't be out here just eating any type of bitches out. Like,
yeah, I don't even like my dick to have a taste. My dick better taste like skin. Like, I don't want it to be salty either. No, my nigga gotta go clean it up for me. And that's on period.
The way you said that, I don't want my dick to have it. What? You need to calm down. All right. That's enough. Yo, but my thing is too, like, you know, also just keeping your hygiene up. Like, yo, you gotta make sure, as females, you gotta make sure that you wash your ass, yo. And there be a lot of disrespectful ass females out here taking them whole baths, and that's not acceptable. Whoever's taking them whole baths need their ass beat. Okay?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna just give y'all a little tip when y'all cleaning your butt.
Okay, go ahead.
You gotta stick your finger in there. Y'all gotta stop acting like y'all don't like anal. Y'all never had anal, whatever the case is. Fuck the anal thing. Fuck your butt. This is for men too. You gotta stick your finger in there a little bit and clean yourself out. Yes, sorry, you know you do it. You stick your finger in your butt. I don't care. If you want to be clean, you're gonna stick your finger in your butt. Period.
Oh, I'm so
stop giving yourself a half-ass shower. No, if you're in there, get in between there, spread your cheeks open, clean yourself, please. Hello.
All right. Listen. You know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of when that little boy was talking to his mom, and he was like, "You do use these. You did used to use these. Use these for your butt." Yo, all right. So I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. So listen, right? When you wash your ass, like, to be honest with you, you do kind of have to stick your finger in your ass.
Okay. Period. I just want to make sure I want to know.
Wait,
maybe I'm just a freaky bitch. I don't know. But, you know.
Wait, a peep thought, and that's on period, poof. Yo, but you do gotta kind of stick your finger up there, because it's like, how do you really know you're cleaning your ass properly? And I'm gonna say this, like, as I know this is kind of like
TMI, but it's like, it's good information.
Not speaking for me, but like, on as far as dudes, if you know, like, you got the bubble guts and you go to take a shit, you need to take a shower after that, because some of y'all niggas not be taking no showers, and that's disrespectful. That's super disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
Especially to us females, because if we gotta suck your dick, the scent travels. It's not like it stays in one place. It's not like a section.
Suck your dick. What?
Because the scent travels. So you gotta clean your ass too. So you gotta do it.
After the club, we all drunk. You talking about taking a shower? Yeah, and y'all in the shower together. Yo, P, you better be the drunkiest you better bitch. Wash your ass too.
Right, I can be the drunkiest bitch. I want to shower. Where's your bathroom? Thanks.
Yo, my thing is this: like, yo, you at the end of the day, wash your fucking ass. You know what I'm saying? You just can't be out here just all funky and shit after the club. I mean, sometimes you know,
you don't get over here and toot that ass up. That's what he said. That's nasty.
You may have those moments, but yo, wash your ass, my nigga. Like,
yeah, that's the same ass that was out there twerking for the whole club.
Right.
That's the ass you want tooted up at you?
And not only that, for dudes, you're in the club and you're with your boys and you're drinking your fucking bottle and y'all might be sharing a bottle. Y'all
yeah,
sharing bottles. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? And you're all sweaty and hot and you're dancing, you're funky in the club and your balls are sweating. You need to wash your ass too, nigga. Take care of that shit.
Please.
We going
because y'all have to take care of these queens out here. We told y'all to protect us because if y'all dick is dirty and y'all shit ain't together, that affects us. We get affected.
So the thing is fact. So P likes salty. P don't mind salty puss. He don't mind it.
You might have to reconsider.
Ladies, you know, P, are you single? Are you got a girl? You got a girl? Hey Deb, you got a girl, or you know what I'm saying?
If you got a girl and she's highly insulted because it's her, she's
okay. You out here, you trying to do your thing, you trying to remain humble. Some people need to just be told this for right, especially for the summertime. You hoes out here,
it's hot. It's hot. You gotta clean it. Please.
You stupid. All right, but then they was also talking about like getting and my thing is I need to rebuttal this shit because I think Mikey likes it. He came on talking shit. I gotta, like, the next time they do niggas with do-rags, I gotta discuss this shit with the ladies in the chat too. But basically saying like, have you ever like scored off a Tinder? I think we did talk about that too at one point.
Ever scored off a Tinder? I've never really used Tinder.
Or just social media in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? Have
like
you
dating?
Right. Like,
yeah.
Like you ever smashed a nigga off sliding in your DMs on fucking Instagram? You know what I'm saying?
King. Yeah.
Okay. And what about Facebook? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Like it happens, but you know what I mean?
Facebook in some years.
Nobody really used Facebook like that.
Yeah, nobody used Facebook like that. So let me ask y'all a quick question.
Go ahead.
If you're having sex with a guy and his dick gets soft, whose fault was that? His or hers?
I mean, if it happens to me, it's that nigga's fault, because you know what I'm saying? My shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I'm out here. Nigga, I'm just trying to remain humble, nigga, for you, nigga.
That's what I said. I'm like, ain't it? But no, I contradicted myself when I answered this the first time. I said it might be the girl's fault because she might not be doing something right. You know what I mean? He might not be attracted to it. She might be totally off beat with the bumping like situation.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Let me write.
Because write it down because sometimes if you think about it, like if you think about bad sex. People could just be totally offbeat and just not there, and it could turn you off completely. And it might be her fault, and it might be his fault because he might just, be drunk or nervous or not really there. I don't know.
It could definitely, I don't know. It can be a combination. I mean, if it happened to me, it's definitely not my fault. Hello, but to other females, you know what I'm saying? It could be that nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes niggas just be in the pussy and they be so excited. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so excited. I finally got the hit, and they be beside themselves, and then they go off and they can't perform. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be a lot of that. It'd be a lot of like that. Ow.
He said because sometimes that perk can kill the wood.
I mean,
who's on the perk like that?
Percocet. Yo, people be talking that shit. Like, my nigga, you're not on no Percocet. You never took any Percocet.
You know what I mean?
Yo, PB in the comment, and it's all caps.
The most he probably took is a Tylenol in a Benadryl. You better relax.
Max.
Stop.
Do you smoke weed? He always talk about somebody smoking Reggie. Stop.
Okay, we smoke that real weed over here.
But yeah, so like, I just feel like it could be a combination of both, but most times it's probably the guy. I would say the guy's fault. It's blame it on the guy.
Like why?
Right.
Why that happen? My computer died.
What else did I have? Oh yeah, so the I'm sorry. Wait a minute. What did he say? I'm blue chew poppy. What does that mean? What does blue chew poppy mean?
Blue chew.
Yeah.
Bluetooth or blue chew?
He said blue chew.
That's different.
Oh, the blue chew tablet. Nigga, are you talking about fucking
Viagra?
Viagra? Oh my god.
You know what? Just ignore him.
All right, so question. Has any guys in the chat ever taken Viagra? Or any type of thing?
Be honest.
Yeah, be honest. And any type of thing to kind of get you get you to that
mood.
So again, has any guys in the chat ever taken a Viagra? I think it says 6 rounds. I don't know.
What?
I don't know about that Viagra. I don't know.
Yeah, what I heard is that, once it's up, it's up.
What, that Viagra? For hours?
Yeah.
Round for
hours. Yeah, that's why it's not really good. I don't know why they give it to old people, because it's not good for them. They can get heart attacks, their dick can't go down. Like, they're just all excited for hours. That's not good.
All right,
so if you're young, don't take it.
All right, so let me ask you this: like in sex, right? How many rounds do you expect to go with a person that you're having sex with? And are you? And I have another question too.
Okay, I could go. I would expect at least 2 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
But if you give me a little extra time, I could do a little more than that. I mean, what you need.
So you expect to go 2 to 3 rounds. Mm-hmm. And at what point, like for round, I can definitely do round for round, but depending on what time it is.
right. And what have I been doing? Like, have I been drinking?
Right.
What was the situation?
So that was my next follow-up question. Like, at what point are you the horniest? Like, are you horny like when you've been drinking
in the car? Drinking in the car on the way from the spot that got me fucked up to the house, knowing I'm about to get dick down.
Wow,
that's the anticipation.
I didn't even finish the question. Goddamn, Patty. Yo, I didn't even finish it. Wait a minute. All right, let's jump into the topics, and then I'm gonna go back to you. All right, I'm gonna go back.
Okay.
What about a dude that stays hard? Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hello.
That shit annoys me. That annoys the fuck out of me. So just want you to know if yeah, I'm not gonna hold that. I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna say that for my nigga.
All right,
I'm gonna hold that.
So, all right. So for you, basically staying like the horniest. Okay. So the follow-up question is, what P&M asked last night was because it led into that. So this is my rebuttal, because I feel like, Patty, where the fuck was you at last night when it was live? Were you asleep?
No, Kimi was watching. I was on his. I peeped in for a couple seconds.
You should have been in there dragging these niggas with me. Hello?
Oh, I'm sorry.
But they were basically saying, like, do women like give head in a car or whatever? Like, is that a thing or whatever? And I felt I cannot. I felt like that's a
I'm not gonna make the chipmunk face after that.
I felt like that was like a young people's thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, me being 30. Hello, I'm 30.
Sorry, you don't suck dick in a car.
You need to mind your goddamn business. That is my business.
She's holding out on the gym, dog.
What does my
she be sucking dick in the car? That's why she's married. Okay.
What does my husband be like? That is my business. That is That is my business. What the fuck keeps happening to Patty's phone, dude? I have no idea. But so P said that these girls be lying. I don't feel like chicks be lying. I feel like at some point
I'm so mad at Zoom. It don't want us to be great.
It's all right. So I feel so P said chicks be lying. I don't feel like chicks be lying. Who didn't do that in the car? I mean, yeah. I mean, people, but I don't know if people still
people.
I don't know. Y'all still suck dick in the car? Like it's 2020, nigga. It's Corona out here. Fuck wrong with y'all. Yo, why did I read an article, right? That said that you shouldn't be having sex during Corona. And if you do, you should be doing it with a mask on. It should be like
through the holes.
Right. You should have a mask on. You should be doing it doggy style, and you should have like a protective screen. Imagine fucking a
glory holes.
Right, glory holes, right. And that's exactly what it was. Imagine fucking somebody through a goddamn plastic screen, yo.
Like, you good over there? All right.
Yo, that shit is crazy. These chicks be sucking dick on the highway. Shut up, P. You're always talking shit. Ash said, definitely if I was drinking 2 to 3 rounds. So I mean, like when you're drunk, you're definitely Patty's drunk.
Like when you're drunk, we definitely,
Yeah, when you're drunk, you're definitely trying to go round for round. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like you don't want that shit to end.
Right. But when you tired, it's like, are you done yet? Are we done? Are you done? Can we be done?
Facts. Sometimes you get that tired, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas be trying,
especially if y'all both achieved what y'all was achieving. Like,
right. But okay, so times when like you're about to, like, you got to go to work. It's already like 3:00 in the morning. You got to be up in a few hours, and niggas start rubbing on your booty, like nigga.
Or you're on break. Like I only have a few minutes.
Right. There was this energy 4 fucking hours ago. Like, come on.
Okay. Y'all want to wait till I got something to do. I got somewhere to go. Now you want to.
Facts. So Sade said do that for your man randomly anywhere, but not everybody. There's a big difference.
Big difference.
That's true. And that was my whole thing to P when he was out here. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't subscribed and hit the like button. That was my thing with P when he was out here eating salty pussy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You just can't be eating everybody's salty pussy. You know what I'm saying?
That better be your woman.
That got to be something specifically for the chick that you're with. You know what I'm saying? You just can't be out here all willy nilly when you're telling.
Yeah, and that's different. And that's different though, because if you with that woman and you just randomly, we eating the pussy anywhere on a long day, long trip, or whatever the case is, and you know what you're getting yourself into. You know it's been a long day. You're gonna get the salty pussy. That's your fault. But other than that, blame that bitch.
Oh yeah. So girls get freaky for their man. It's a fact. Yeah, that is. It's a fact. You do get freaky for your man. You can't get freaky for these regular niggas out here because they don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Hello. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and end it unless you have. We can save the last story for another day, but unless you have like another question or anything that you wanna ask the crew.
I'm done.
Let me see if I have something else.
It's getting lit on here. Listen, it's my time to shine.
It's your time to shine. Okay, Patty, shine.
It's my birthday week, so I've been doing a lot of shining type of thing. So don't get me started in this comments. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so listen, I do have something for the guys in the chat. Does being a hoe stay on your record like a felony?
It depends how long you've been hoeing.
It don't matter how long I've been hoeing.
It do matter. If you was hoeing for a couple months, then you was exploring your sexuality. It doesn't really count. That can be taken off. But if you was hoeing for a couple years, then that's just who you are, and you're gonna do it again.
Okay, but like Drea said that you can erase it. Is that what she said?
Who's gonna erase it? You have to
Drea
find
said you can erase your hoism. Okay, just like you can get your record sealed as a convicted felon. It don't really
7
take
years?
that long. Nah, it don't take that. Bitch, we ain't filing bankruptcy. This bitch 7 years. Like, we ain't filing bankruptcy, nigga. Hell no.
Oh,
but yo, how long? Who's rapping? Let us get some bars. No. So how long does this stay on your record? Like, how long do you know what I'm saying? You know, the chick may have like a history, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, she's been out here fucking a few niggas in the hood.
and
but
guys,
it's like,
too,
how
guys
long?
are hoes.
Right.
Guys
But
are
how
hoes,
long
they
do
have
you,
hoes.
guys are hoes, how long do you hold them accountable for that? You know what I'm saying? And are you allowing them to erase their hoism at some point?
If you can not be a hoe for at least a couple of months, then we can erase your hoism because you have come off of it clean, cold turkey. If you can remain unhoism for a whole year,
Unhoism.
if
All
you
right.
can do it for a whole year, then we can unho you real quick.
All right, so P-Star said we love hoes. They make the best wives. Just got to move them to Atlanta, North Carolina, and start a family. Hell no,
I'm like, well,
I cannot. But I feel
we
like
all had a little hoe in us. I'm just saying you can erase it. It just depends on how long you was out there hoeing.
Right.
And how dedicated you are to getting yourself
hoes. Facts. I feel like you are able to erase it at some point. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a past. You know what I'm saying? But, it is what it is. But all right, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. It was a good show tonight. Good dialogue. We appreciate everybody for always rocking out with us every Thursday at 9:05 or sometimes 9:10, depending on, what I'm saying, if YouTube want to let us shine or not. But anyway, this podcast will be available on all streaming platforms in about an hour. Make sure you guys come back and leave a comment. You can leave a comment today or tomorrow. A lot of you motherfuckers don't like leaving comments, but it's cool. But make sure you guys try to leave a comment. Wait, hold on. Let me read a few shows. Guys can't be hoes. They just out here practicing so they can know how to dick you down properly. Lies. Like, what? That's a hoe. First of all, that's not even a hoe. That's community dick, my nigga. Like, don't nobody want no community dick. What type of hoe? One that gets money or one that fucks for free? It got to be a get money hoe, baby, because you can't get pussy up for free. You know what I'm saying? If you taking that pussy on tour, you cannot take that pussy on tour for free. All right?
It has to create some type of income.
It has to generate some type of income.
If not, then is it even a pussy? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you even call it that? If it's not.
Mikey CEO says, fly her out of town and make her delete all her social media. Then she got a new track record. Okay. I mean, at least a guy in the chat is talking some goddamn sense, because P-Star is just fucking, you can't, I don't know. You can't take him fucking serious. Anyway, shout out to everybody in the chat. If you guys want to follow us, we are on Instagram at FY Podcast. If you guys want to continue to send us letters, we are, you can email us at fypodcast1@gmail.com. I'm on Instagram too. Hello, Starzy, STARZZEE. Patty Mayo is also on Instagram at Patty Mayo, 2 Y's. And we'll be back next week. But again, shout out to everybody in the chat. Next week, we'll celebrate your birthday next week, right? Yeah, so we're celebrating Patty's birthday next week. But continue to follow us on social media just for all the latest updates. And continue to repost everything that's going on in the Black community. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Everything that we're fighting for. We come on the show and we talk about serious topics. We talk about relationship topics. Most of the times it's all in good fun. but we are for our people, and we're always going to continue to fight for our people. And you know what I'm saying? Us first, then them. Fuck all of that shit. All right, we out. Bye.
Bye.